Good afternoon, everybody. As you can see, I'm not on trail. I talked about it yesterday. Bandit had a family emergency that's taken him off trail for a couple days, so I'm taking an opportunity to kind of hold up in a hotel until he can get back on trail, and really taking advantage of this opportunity to kind of reorganize my pack and kind of review my gear. So we've been on trail right now. We're at mile marker 945.5. Almost, we're getting close to being through Shenandoah National Park. And after that, we'll hit Front Royal and be getting onward to Harper's Ferry, and excited about hitting the halfway point. So everything's been going great. It's just a good time, I think, at this point, as we close in on the halfway point, to kind of reevaluate gear. And the thing that I'm kind of focused on and concentrating on is trying to figure out a way to lighten up my pack. With summer coming on, we have more water that we need to carry, just because it's going to get hotter and you're going to drink a whole lot more out there. So that's kind of what I've done, is kind of take this moment to kind of look at what's working, what's not, what's maybe an opportunity for me to lighten up my gear. So and people kind of like to, I think, that are considering doing this, like to take a look at what's working for others. At least that's what I did before I got on trail. And so if you're not into gear, you may just want to tune out on this video. But if you're interested in what I'm carrying in my pack, I know that I've taken some time to review some of the things in the past, but this will be a little more comprehensive view of what I'm carrying and what's working and what's not. So, all right. So here I have a rain skirt. This is one piece of gear I used a little bit at trail days because we had some rain through there, and it's just from Enlighten Equipment. Super light. You could in theory use a trash bag, but this has got little snaps, little clips. It's super light, and some people call them kilts. They're open on the bottom, and really in the summertime, when it's raining, you just want something that's going to keep your shorts dry, but also be cool. So I'm looking at sending my rain pants, because I have rain pants as well. I'm looking at sending those home. I mean, we're Memorial Day weekend this weekend, so I'm really feeling like I'll be safe enough to do that. So that's one way I'm going to save a little bit of money. Also, I have my Nemo pad. This thing, I experimented trying to not use the air mattress, the inflatable pad. But to be honest with you, the weight, it gives you a nice, more comfortable night's sleep. So I'm definitely keeping that. Another luxury item I have is the Nemo. It's the Filio Elite pillow. This is an inflatable pillow, and really just you get that good night's sleep. It doesn't weigh a whole lot. I'm definitely keeping that. Another thing that's really popular out on trail is tiny pumps, and this is a little tiny pump. It's the Flex Tail, 1.2 ounces. Has a rechargeable battery. There's several different versions of this, but I use it to inflate the sleeping pad each night. So one thing that if you blow up the pads using your lungs, you get a lot of moisture that goes into that pad, and over time it'll actually mold inside the pad. I really enjoy this. Bandit's got one that's a little bit bigger, a little more robust, but mine's a little bit lighter, but and mine takes a little bit longer to air up than his. Mine might be a little bit quieter, but there's several versions that FlexTail uses, and they even have, like Bandits has a light on it, so he can kind of double purpose his, and that's a super useful tool. So I have a very basic first aid kit. You can get these at Amazon. Just yeah, it's the 0.5. I'm not sure how much the total weight is on it, but it gives you, you know, some basic medications. It gives you emergency first aid, gauze, band-aids, tweezers, just different things that you would need. It's not a comprehensive first aid kit by any stretch of the word, but when you look at, you know, weight and cost and benefit, I think it makes sense. I use the Catadine water filter. This thing has been working great for me. It's easy to clean. It's got very good flow. I know a lot of people use the Sawyer squeeze. There's a method that you go through to actually back flush the Catadine or the Sawyer. Mine, you can just basically shake it in water, and it doesn't last quite as long as the Sawyer squeeze, but I mean, it'll last. It can last a whole through hike. So they're about 35, 40 bucks, I think, and definitely one that I like. I got my cook system. Some people save weight on cook systems, but I like hot meals. I just have the Tokes. It's a very small pot. It boils about 2 cups of water. I don't normally cook food in my pot. I boil the water and then add it to the pouch, or I use freezer bags that will, I have like a pot koozie or a cooking koozie that I use if I'm going to cook like mashed potatoes or something like that, instant mashed potatoes. And there's some weight with that. Obviously, you got fuel you got to worry about, and so that's my stove. I carry the bear can. This is the other place that I really take quite a bit of a hit on weight, because the empty can itself weighs about 2 pounds. But you know, I'm not a pro at hanging food bags. I'm not really, at the end of the day, interested in taking the time to find the trees and all the mess that kind of goes along with proper food storage while you're sleeping. And a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people, through hikers, that have done trails in the past, and they tend to say, you know, just sleep with your food. But that, you're probably safe with that, you know, 95%, 99% of the time. But that one little chance that, you know, you got bears, you got, you know, creatures out there, it's like, just follow good safety protocol. I know a lot of people out there, I've seen a lot of people out there sleep with their food, but that's a whole other topic we could talk for a long time on. But like I said, on top of my Nemo sleeping pad, I also have the Nemo switchback. It's not a full length, but it also goes underneath my sleeping pad. It protects the sleeping pad from getting punctured. It adds a little bit of insulation in the wintertime, and it's also nice to have this pad to sit on. You know, you can pull it, I can pull it off my pack, sit on it on a bench, on a log. It makes the seat much more comfortable. And so for me, how much it weighs is, you know, it's definitely worth it. Something I bought is a fanny pack. A lot of hikers have fanny packs. It adds storage. The nice thing about this is a Mountain Hyperlight, and it also is waterproof, so it gives me a place to store, you know, my camera, things, electronics, things that I don't want to get wet. And if you've been out on the AT, you know it's going to rain. This is something that I keep on me, you know, pretty much all the time. It has a little loop where you can put your own belt through it. I use the belt that's on it, and I can tell you sometimes that you got it, your hip belt that goes over your pack, and you got to watch and make sure you get those situated correctly, or else you can get some, some rubbing and some chafing type things going on. But I love this fanny pack. Definitely would not go without that. And there's several different models, but I would strongly encourage you to have some sort of fanny pack that helps you stow things, your wallet or whatever it might be. So some of the toiletries I have, Body Glide. I have on my chapstick, I have Leukotape. This is just tape that I've rolled around the chapstick to use for Leukotape. If you don't know, I mean, it's just great if you have hot spots, blisters starting to form, you've got any kind of chafing on your pack or something that's bothering your skin. It's super sticky, and it won't go anywhere even when it gets wet, and obviously it gets wet out there a lot. So I also carry, this is we call them C-Knock. I think it's pronounced something different. These are very popular bags out there. These are for water collection, and it's a very durable plastic that, basically you can undo. You can put this underneath a stream, a faucet, anywhere there's water, any kind of stream of water. Collect your water, and then that then gets transferred. A lot of people connect their Sawyer squeeze right on it, but I pour it into my Katadyn water filter and just filter from there. So moving forward, I have my tent stake bag. I have, this is tenacious tape. It can be used to repair if I get a hole in my air mattress, a tear in my clothing. It has been used for that. In fact, I've got a little tenacious tape because I got a hole in my C-Knock bag. So this is a little patch that goes on here, and it's just super sticky tape that's durable, and it did a wonderful job of, I haven't had it on there, I've had it on there for weeks and no leaks. So and then I have my my water bottle, along with some AquaPure tablets. These tablets are just to back up in case I lose my water filter. They're super cheap, super lightweight. Then Sea to Summit has the silicone mugs. This is what I drink my coffee in. So that's part of my daily, definitely keeping that. I have the Enlightened Equipment 10-degree quilt. This is another one that I'm strongly debating about. Weight-wise, I could probably save close to a pound or half a pound anyway if I went to a 40-degree bag because of summertime. So that's a consideration that I have, just because I'm right now carrying extra weight, and it's going to be really close. Last night we were out on trail. It was probably our warmest night, and you really can't sleep under it. You got to sleep on top of it. So they tend to get too warm. So I need to find something that's going to work potentially through the hot months. But right now, the main thing is just they're just expensive. It's like cost and what makes the most sense. So still trying to figure that out. But over here I have my titanium spoon. So that's obviously staying with me. That's what I eat with. A little bit of hand sanitizer. This is another very small, like, foam pad. And I usually just have this on the back of my pack. Just nice to have, as I put it normally in front of my tent as like a doormat. set my shoes on it, gives me a place to kneel on when I get in and out of my tent. So that's pretty handy. This right here is my puffy jacket. It's all compressed right now, but this will be one that I keep pretty much throughout the entire hike, just because it's a safety thing. I mean, you can always put on a puffy, get in your sleeping bag. In extreme cold conditions, if you got wet and cold, the puffy always stays dry in the pack, and so it's a essential. Then I have some Smart Wool long johns that I'm going to hang on to, again, for, you know, kind of emergency reasons, but that's kind of like your base layer that is going to help you keep you warm if you get cold. A long sleeve Smart Wool. It's not, probably mid-weight, I would say, shirt. Extra pair of darn tough socks. I always have 2 pairs of socks, 2 pairs of briefs. I talked about this before, but this is like a sunshade that attaches to my hat. Then I have an extra pair of shorts, so I got 2 pairs of shorts. I have a buff. A buff is just, you know, something you can put up over the top of your head, protect you from sweat, whatever. Then you have, I have a pair of super lightweight Smart Wool gloves. These things are so light, I just, you know, probably will hang on to them. And this is compressed. This is a Black Diamond raincoat, so rain gear. So I'll probably hang on to that. You know, it's one of those things that just gives me protection from the moisture, gives me protection from wind. So that's kind of that there. And then this is my tent. I have the Durston X Mid Pro. It's been a great tent, easy to set up. It uses my trekking poles, and super happy with how it's worked out for me. It's a pretty popular tent out there. I know it's kind of hard to get sometimes, but I've been very happy with it. So, and then electronics wise, I've got obviously my phone. It's an older phone. It's I think iPhone 10. It's what I edit my videos on, and be great if I could get an upgrade on that, because Bandit's got the new phone. He does all his filming and editing on his phone. I use a separate camera and then transfer the footage to my phone and edit it. And I just have sometimes a tough time with the memory, because I don't have enough memory on my phone. But I have also the Nikkor 20,000, I forget what it is, milliamp, whatever it is, charging brick. It's a heavier brick, and it's worked out great for me. It's I can go out for 4 or 5 days, pretty much recharge my phone each night, recharge any of my electronics, my camera. I've never run out of juice. So I've gotten past the halfway point, probably got past the 2/3 point a couple times, but just have been really happy with the way this thing recharges and carries enough juice for me to make all my electronics work. So then over here, I'll show you my Nylaflume liner. Nylaflume is like a very lightweight trash bag, essentially. So I replaced this. This is my second one. It works really well. I each night put my quilt, and if there's any chance of rain, I say each morning I put my quilt in here. So this is an extra layer of waterproof protection. And if there's a chance of rain, I usually will put my clothing bag, which is this bag right here. It's also fairly waterproof, but I'll put this, the quilt goes in the bottom of my pack. My clothing bag goes just on top of my quilt. And that way all of my important stuff that needs to stay dry stays dry. And these bags last a good several weeks. This one's got one small hole in it, and I got a backup that I keep in my fanny pack. So I will change that bag out here probably before too long. But they're not that expensive, a couple bucks, but it's worth it because at least your stuff's dry. So and I think that's everything here. Move our camera over just a little bit, but I have this tripod that I use for if I'm doing time lapses or something with the camera, I can use that. Then I have freezer bags, Ziploc bags, and now I'm going to get on to some of the things I'm planning to send home. This is where I'm looking to save some weight. These are REI's, some REI rain gear pants. I still have my leggings or long johns, smart wool long johns. That should get me through cold stuff. So one of those things that I feel like I can send home. Also, I have a second base layer. This is like a lightweight, very lightweight merino wool base layer. And then the thing that I'm kind of sad to send home, or plan to send home, is my it's a Patagonia R1 mid layer, and it's really just to save weight. I love wearing this. I wear it quite a bit, but it's getting to the point where I just don't want to carry the weight. And in a situation where I get cold, I'll just have to break out my puffy. But I need to try to save some weight, and so I'm going to go ahead and make the sacrifice and send that back. So, and then I have a little multi-tool. I haven't used this very often. It is like a Gerber super. It's their lightweight version, but it's just heavy. It's got a little like pliers. It's got a knife, and it's got a scissors. Now, I've got a scissors in my first aid kit, so I can kind of get away if I need a scissors. I just haven't really used it very much, and so at the end of the day, I'm looking to save some weight. It's probably I don't know what it weighs. I'm going to say 5 ounces, something like that, maybe. But so yeah, we'll send that back. Over here is just a quick look at what I had in my food can. For food, I got oatmeal. I have an electrolyte drink mix. This is liquid IV. It gives me a little more calories and electrolytes in the summertime if I want to add some calories to my drink. Of course, we got peanut butter. And I use peanut butter basically on the tortillas here. So those are the tortillas. Snickers bars, those work really good for fueling you up the mountain. I also have a Gatorade protein bar, chicken creations. I'm not a big tuna person, but I love the chicken, and instant mashed potatoes. I have been using are eating a lot of these beef sticks. They're Jack Links, and they pack them with the cheese and the jerky stick, which is just really tasty. I know I got a ton of coffee. This is all instant coffee over here. I bought coffee a few times when I thought I was running low, but these little instant packets, they don't weigh anything. They're super light. I just need to drink up a bunch of coffee, so I'll definitely go through that here fairly soon. So been eating these fig bars. Those are pretty good for snack breaks. They're pretty available at Walmart has them. Ingles has them. Food Line, I think, has them. Nature's Bakery. They're pretty dense, and they come in blueberry, blackberry. I think that's raspberry, actually. Then I have my headlamp. I have an old Petzl headlamp. It works really good. It's a little bit heavy. I could probably save some weight if I got a newer, lighter one, but I don't know. Not a lot of savings there. And then an Anchor 4-port charging brick, which has been super helpful, because when you get into town and you need to charge a lot of things quickly, it does a great job of that. And then I have this right here is my satellite communicator. It's the Motorola DeFi, and you know, it's a lot of people, probably one of the more popular ones they use is Garmin InReach, which is more expensive. The plans are more expensive. At the time that I got the Motorola DeFi, it was I think about $150, and it came with a 1-year minimum offering plan. I believe that I can typically get about 10 to 15 messages, satellite messages out each month with no charge. It was all included in the cost, so like $150 upfront cost, and I'm pretty much good for my entire through hike for a minimum plan. And I'll tell you, my experience has just been that, you know, I would say about 60% of the time thus far on the trail, when we camp out in the backcountry, we have a bar or two of cell signal. And one of my subscribers was asking me, because they wanted to know if they needed to invest in a satellite communicator, and my suggestion is yes, because to go out there without anything, if you have an emergency, you know, and for $150, you know, you can go out and get a way to communicate with no signal if you have an emergency. That to me is well worth it. But I've seen some people hiking with no cell phone, which is kind of crazy to me, but this day and age. But you know, you figure years ago that's how people did it. So, but yeah, that's it's worked well for me. There's times with the Motorola, it's probably not as, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that Garmin does. I'm kind of a Garmin, I'm in their ecosystem. I have the Phoenix 5. I've had it for years and years. It's a great watch. I use, you know, have used Garmin for years, and really like, you know, the reliability of the product. I have nothing against Garmin except for just it's, I'm not a big fan of subscription plans. I just think that they can really get very costly over time. So that's what I liked about the Motorola, is it had, you know, little upfront cost, and it serves my need. You know, it's another nice thing is that, you know, traveling with Bandit, he's got the bivy stick, which is you know, if you hike with other people, then it gives you some redundancy there. So, it feels safer when we got, two different options. The Motorola will use a different satellite network. And if you get down in a valley, if you're not in line with the satellite, then you can sometimes have a hard time connecting. And I would say that, linking to the satellite sometimes can take a little bit of time, but, I've never had a time where if I'm patient with it, that I couldn't get it to connect. So for my pack, I have the ULA it's the ULA circuit, and it's met all my needs. I had a little bit of issues with capacity once I got my bear can in there in the wintertime with all my clothes, but the has a roll top up here. So essentially at the top you just roll that top down and then clamp it, and it was nearing the peak capacity with my bear can, but yeah, it's as far as durability, I haven't had anything break on it except for one of these clamps. One of the clips that clips into here, one of the ends broke off, so I just had to put a new clip on it, but that's been the only issue I've had with it. And then on down, I have my Topos Traverse. They've been good shoes. I'm on my third pair now, and I want to say they have super cushion. Have had a little bit of issue with them, the padding in here around the heel wearing out. That usually happens right about the 400-mile mark, and there's been a couple times I've just taken a little bit of tenacious tape and put it around the heel just above my ankle, because if that padding's gone, I don't know, for some reason I get some rubbing there and a little bit of a hot spot, but usually that's just like an indicator to me that my shoes are about ready to be done and ready to be replaced. So but that's it. Like I said, I hope if you guys enjoyed this, found it beneficial. Love to hear any comments that you might have. Again, just trying to save as much weight as possible, because we still got a lot of climbing to do and a lot of miles ahead. But been happy with my choices thus far, and wouldn't really have changed anything too much along the way. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and look forward to seeing you back out on trail. Hope you have a good one. Thank you.